How would you like a refrigerator that not only always smells wonderfully fresh every time you open the door, no matter how old or smelly the contents, but can also make fresh foods last many times longer, saving you hundreds of dollars?
It drives me crazy when I have to open the refrigerator and throw out so much food that's been spoiled or rotten.
As much as 75% of the fresh food bought by Americans will spoil before it's ever eaten. But there is a simple solution. It's called the Ozonator. And it actually creates ozone, nature's most powerful disinfectant, right inside your refrigerator. How long would you guess since these berries were picked? 2 days? 3? Try 10 days. The bowl on the right was placed in an ordinary refrigerator at the exact same time the bowl on the left was placed in the fridge with an ozonator. Here's a time lapse that captures what happened.
It's been so nice with the ozonator to be able to have them. We had them in there for more than a week, and they were still good. Now that's amazing for a raspberry.
It's simple and easy to use. It's paid for itself many times over. It saves me a lot of money. My produce lasts longer. I don't need to shop as often. Decreases the bacteria growth in my refrigerator.
I can't believe how this tiny little device that you just put in the refrigerator and forget about it has so many benefits. I've saved on produce. Everything seems to be fresher smelling and the odors are dispelled. I love the Ozonator.
In a world with microchips, lasers, and the web, technology seems to be making giant leaps nearly every year. Yet modern refrigerators still operate based on the same principles as those sold over 100 years ago. But now, science has found a way to protect the food in your refrigerator with the most powerful natural disinfectant on the planet. The same natural ozone that cleans and protects the environment can now be made and distributed right inside your refrigerator. That means no more odors. Your refrigerator will always smell as fresh as a spring day.
The Ozonator doesn't just cover up the smells, it actually kills the bacteria that's creating all those yucky smells. But also, it has a freshness to it, a smell almost that it puts out, kind of a, I don't know, either a just cleaned my fridge kind of smell or the just after the rain smell that you can't describe, but that you definitely know is there.
And your food, especially those fresh perishables, will stay fresh and inviting many times longer than in an ordinary fridge. And all this for less than the cost of the food you'd probably waste in the next month or two. In other words, it will pay for itself several times each year.
I figure I'm saving several $100s per year.
When I think about how much our family wastes and spends every year on produce, what an incredibly inexpensive device the Ozonator is in eliminating all that waste.
The Ozonator has paid for itself over and over again.
Ozone is the natural compound that scrubs our environment and keeps us safe and protected from harmful bacteria. And now, science has discovered a way to harness ozone to revolutionize the most frequently used appliance in our kitchens, the refrigerator. It's called the Ozonator, and it won't be long before no one would dream of having a refrigerator without an Ozonator inside, creating ozone to protect and preserve their food. The Federal Center for Disease Control reports that contaminated food causes an estimated 76 million illnesses and 325,000 hospitalizations each year from contaminated food. More than 60 million pounds of meat products have been recalled in a single year.
When I first learned about the Ozonator, I was very pleased to have an opportunity to actually conduct scientific tests on it. We placed an Ozonator in a refrigerator with a whole variety of produce and other food materials and performed microbiological analyses. We tested for bacteria and for fungi at day 1, day 2, day 3, on out through 2 or 3 weeks. And we found that the Ozonator reduced the microbial levels and preserved the keeping quality of the foods very, very nicely. I was really pleased to have a chance to do that testing because I think it's a real service to the public.
Cold temperatures alone will not kill most bacteria, and certainly a simple box of baking soda won't do the job. the best we can hope for with ordinary refrigerators is to temporarily slow the growth of that bacteria. Look what happens to normal foods in your ordinary refrigerator in just a few days. The same samples are placed in a typical modern refrigerator and in a refrigerator with an ozonator at precisely the same time. Any questions?
The Ozonator has made it so that I don't have to go to the store as often to buy produce and fish that would typically go bad quickly. I can go to the store on a Saturday and purchase garlic, basil, which typically wilts really very quickly, fresh salmon, raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, and I can leave them in the refrigerator all week.
Simply place an ozonator in your refrigerator to make certain you are doing everything you can to ensure that your family's food is protected and looks, smells, and tastes as fresh as possible for as long as possible.
I love the Ozonator, and it's been wonderful for our family.
What a wonderful addition to your kitchen for such a tiny cost. Don't wait. Put that extra layer of protection and preservation in place today.